Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, the students had finally realized, how Nekomaru was killed. They realized that he fell to his death, however, they're trying to figure out how. Was he pushed? No. He was suspended. They're getting there. Slowly but surely, they're getting there. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? Make your argument. Okay.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
Okay.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Yep.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Oh my
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
No! You fucking simp. You simp. I was gonna say one improvement. Kazuichi's no longer interrupting people. He's like, hey, let's listen to what the ladies have to say. But Sonya just coming in and shut the fuck up. Don't be doing that. Oh, that was beautiful. I know what do. I know what do. If Nekomaru is inside the elevator, how can you create a difference in elevation? By suspending him with the wire
If you
attached
arrange
to
it
the
a certain
doorknob.
way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
Yep.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Nope.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
No.
What about the oil on the floor?
Definitely no.
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I agree with that. Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
And thus he would have been able to fall.
That's right. He was suspended in midair. Huh? The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
Oh dear. That is... Gotta love the snot bubble though.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
No! We are not talking about his metal penis again! Or your weird bear penis, no thank you.
You better not finish that sentence.
Thank you, Usami.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Oh.
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Why?
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall?
Well, he wakes up, goes, oh shit, he'll start struggling, and then boom.
Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
I mean, if I woke up and I was suspended in midair, I'd panic. Yep. The alarm timer, that's how he woke up.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from... How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him up. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
When he woke up.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to cut through those words.
I'm getting better at them, I swear I am.
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
It takes me a minute. I can never do the first one because I always forget the controls. Because it's been such a long time, I always forget the controls, but as soon as I'm in it, I don't do so bad on them.
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why... If something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And because he was wriggling, and he's so heavy, the doorknob just came off. Also, if I remember correctly, these doorknobs were loose as it was because these were the ones that he tried to wrench open.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... Yeah, I was right. I thought it was that door. In that case, I shall use my full power! With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But... Yep, clatter, clatter, clatter. Not that. Here it comes. The incredible strength of 1,000,000 horsepower. Whoa! Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. If that's really what it was, then that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
Oh my god. You are! You are a total fucking pig, but you're acknowledging it!
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so!
I thought he was improving! No! Oh, I want to have Total Fucking Pig as the title, but I can't, because I can't swear in YouTube titles. You fucking simp! I thought you were improving! I thought you were going to apologize! But you're not! You just want someone to touch your penis! God damn!
No, I believe you gave your all.
Kick him in the dick!
Hey! Why aren't you teasing me anymore?
'Cause you're a simp.
This guy, he gets off on this.
Do you want to stab him? I'll allow it! I'll allow it, dude!
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down.
God damn.
That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right? It
doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. the moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I can think of that happened to him was, he collided... Cola came out of his eyes. No, he collided with the pillar.
I see! When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
Yeah, you were right. You were right the entire time, Akane.
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Who pressed the button? That's the clue. Who put him into sleep mode? Because no human would be able to sneak up on him, but some hamsters absolutely would.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m., and if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
I love that that's his nickname now.
Stop calling me Baby Gangsta!
Again, he's not stabbing her, he's learning. He's using his words, and not swearing.
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. 'Cause even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Except you didn't. It was a 2-hour difference. You got there at 9.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed.
I love Gundam just stirring the pot like, yes, another contradiction. It totally wasn't me.
How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know!
Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. I feel...
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered.
I feel like it's either
One of
the
those
timer
must be an
or
illusion.
the radio clock.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
They couldn't have, though.
That's gotta be it!
It's untamperable. The alarm that caused Nekomaru's death rang at 7:30 a.m., but we discovered his body before 7 a.m. I need to crush one possibility at a time if I'm going to break through this contradiction.
We headed for Grape
Yeah,
Tower.
he said when he first talked about
Before
it
7
couldn't
a.m.,
be
I am
tampered with.
certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside
No, that's wrong! No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Well, a clock, multiple clocks, just not that one.
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the Funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
Just because they all have the same time doesn't mean they're all right. It just means they all got changed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
Oh no, he's trying to throw doubt, but Sonia's looking at him like, no, we are not lying. And he's just like, oh shit, my emotions.
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Okay, logic dive. That was jump. That was break. Okay, go! Slowly but surely. Okay. Jump. Okay, question 1. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? Yeah, be the time in the building. We're getting 3 now, okay. Here we go. Careful, I don't like this. Almost. Almost. It's question 2. Which clock was tampered with? All of them. Yeah, both. Wait, no. The building's clocks. Both of the building's clocks. There we go. There we go. Got a bit confused, but sorted myself out. Whee! Whee! Whoa, shit! Oh, that was close. Oh, God, why are you like this? Why? Big jump! Okay, question 3. Which house had the wrong time? Both houses. There we go. There we are. 1 second, I want to see... Oh, I can do it with A and D! Umbri said in the last trial you can do it with A and D, and I completely forgot. Oh! Oh, that'll be so much more useful. Okay, yeah, that's
It's all coming together! You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
All of them.
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right. That's the main problem. I believe it was 2 hours. It was 5 AM when Fuyuhiko saw Nekomaru going down. I need to clarify by how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. Fuyuhiko's account. I'm pretty confident it's that one.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
Or seen him.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
I'm pretty sure I've got the right thing, that it's Fuyuhiko's account. I think I might watch that through once more. By how much did the killer adjust the time inside the building? How would I even figure that out?
If the time in the
has to be
building was all
this.
messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
I'm pretty sure we have to agree. So our options are when he fell, his scream, and the alarm. Fuyuhiko's account was that he saw him. So let me just see what we have again.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our
Akane's
time?
account was the rumble.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
I agree with that.
Yes! Thinking it through for the win.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge.
And Sonia's thinking I didn't hear that, and presumably so is Chiaki, because they both had deluxe rooms.
What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Gundam, your fondness for her is going to be your downfall. You should have shut up. You shouldn't have drawn attention to that. Because she's in a deluxe room, which is soundproof. Now it's all going to relate back to, well, how did he come out of his room? What were you doing outside of your room, Gundam? How did you hear it?
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
You simp.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
If that rumbling sound we heard was at 5:30 a.m., it's like the answer to how much our time was off is literally right in front of me. It was 2 hours.
I see! Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the Funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they could lure out just Nekomaru.
And have no witnesses, except for the hamsters. Lure out only Nekomaru?
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. If they were trying to lure out only Nekomaru, then that specific thing is its Monokuma Tai Chi.
I see! That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
Because they were all, well, you all were supposed to be there. And if you set the alarms to be off, then only one person is going to arrive, the one person who is actually on time.
We were required to go to Grape Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they messed with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Jeez, how outrageous! I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Tai Chi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Aw, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that. Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault? Wrong! Too bad. Liar! I'm right. That's not it. It's incorrect. That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Really?
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is.
Now that I know that the houses are on top of each other. I said before, why have the alarm going off at all? I do think it was to cover the noise of Nekomaru's alarm. That seems right to me.
If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Quite the opposite. Because there was someone in the lounge who shouldn't have been there, and we will discuss that in the next episode. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.